The first tongue twister is, he threw 3 free throws.
He threw 3 free throws.
He threw 3 free throws. He threw 3 free throws. He threw 3 free throws. He threw 3 free throws.
Welcome to The Know, I'm Ashley Jenkins. We just keep getting more updates about just how ridiculous the Switch is selling, and this time it's coming from GameStop. Again. In an interview with Game Rant, merchandising director Eric Bright called the Switch's early sales phenomenal and even indicated that Nintendo's new system could eclipse the Wii in terms of its long-term numbers, which is a pretty big claim considering how the Wii moved over 101 million units. Not just 100 million, 101 million. Bright went on to say, I can't give straight numbers, but I can say we're seeing one of the highest attach rates of software and accessories to a device that we've seen in a long time. Translation, nice job on those hidden accessory costs, Nintendo, and thanks for mostly releasing just Zelda. If you're looking to get a Switch at the retailer, GameStop also says they should be getting more on shelves starting tomorrow, so if you haven't joined in the fun yet, you'll have time to. Right in time for Mass Effect Andromeda's release, Xbox Live is experiencing some major outages. The problems began last night when many users started reporting that they couldn't launch any digital games at all. At one point, Xbox support tweeted that the issue had been resolved, but it looks like that's not the case any longer. It somehow got unfixed, as they've updated their Twitter account again to say that they're still working on a resolution. At the moment, players are having trouble logging into Xbox Live and playing or purchasing digital content, according to Xbox's status page. Now, hopefully this gets resolved so people can, bang some aliens when they get home from work. In the meantime, we'll all just listen to the people who buy physical copies going, yeah, told you so. Because that's what this feature means. Recon Wildlands didn't get a ton of pre-launch hype, but you wouldn't know it from the game's early numbers. After knocking Horizon Zero Dawn from the top spot last week and taking the crown as the best launch of 2017 in the UK, Wildlands is still at number 1 again this week. UK retail watcher GFK Chart Track posted the information showing that Horizon Zero Dawn fell to number 3, with LEGO Worlds at number 2. Interestingly enough, Grand Theft Auto 5 and Infinite Warfare are both still in the top 10 themselves, while the recently released Nier Automata fell out of the top 10 this week. Outside of the UK, we don't know too much about the numbers for Wildlands, but some recent statistics showed that the game was outpacing its record-setting beta on PC following its release. Now, we'll see if Wildlands maintains that momentum with Mass Effect Andromeda debuting this week, but given that game's shaky reviews, it stands a pretty good chance. Lots of Overwatch news going on around the tubes this week. In addition to the new hero Orisa launching publicly today, although she won't be available in competitive play until next week, we've also got word that saved highlights will be coming to the game this summer. Plus, director Jeff Kaplan also said in the game's forum that the company is looking into bringing a map editor to Overwatch in the long term. In a post, Kaplan wrote, "We have this on our long-term roadmap and believe heavily in user-made content, but there are many challenges ahead of us and it will be a very long road before our editor can be made available to the public." Just think, once fans have their own map editor, the role-playing possibilities will be endless. Yesterday, the official Seiken Densetsu Twitter account teased a Switch port of Seiken Densetsu 3, the sequel to the classic SNES game Secret of Mana, which never came out in the US. And now, it is official! Today, Square Enix announced the Seiken Densetsu collection, including all 3 games, for June 1st. What's more, Seiken Densetsu 2 and 3 will support multiplayer with up to 3 players. Of course, we've got no word on whether or not this collection will see a US release, since it's only been announced for Japan so far, but hey! Keep hope alive. If nothing else, you can just get access to the Switch's Japanese storefront and purchase the game that way, thanks to the console now being region-free. But come on, Square Enix, don't make us learn Japanese for this, please. There are a few rogue outlets on the internet reporting that CD Projekt Red has officially confirmed development on The Witcher 4. Sadly, I'm sorry to tell you that is not the case. Those sites are actually reporting on a Polish TV interview from 2015, before the reveal of Witcher 3's Blood and Wine expansion. In that interview, studio president Adam Kaczynski said, "It's too early to talk about it, but it's not like we're forgetting about this brand. It wouldn't be fair towards the fans. We work within this universe for over a dozen years now, and I don't think it's going to be the end of it." Now, for some reason, multiple news sites picked up that interview this week and accidentally framed it as confirmation that The Witcher 4 is going to be happening. The last last time the company spoke about the possibility of more games in the Witcher series, it didn't sound too hopeful, sadly. Speaking to Eurogamer last year, co-founder Marcin Iwinski said, "This is the end. Blood and Wine is the closing, and there won't be any Witcher anytime soon, if there ever will be one. I can assure you we are not working on another Witcher." Pretty definitive. So now the next time someone tells you The Witcher 4 is happening, you can be a buzzkill too. Yesterday, we had some apparently leaked details about Assassin's Creed Empire, and today we might have a leaked release date. It just all keeps happening, without Ubisoft's help. A Swiss retailer has listed the game for release this October, according to WCCF Tech. The Xbox One version of the game is listed by a major Swiss retailer, World of Games, but it could also likely be a placeholder date. That does happen a lot. There hasn't been any official information about Empire yet, but the rumor is that it's set in ancient Egypt, according to a leaked screenshot. Well, several leaked screenshots. If history is any indicator, we could be getting a new Assassin's Creed game this year. Ubisoft has previously released a game every year, but they skipped 2016, allegedly to give the team more time to polish Empire, or whatever this particular title ends up being. So, fingers crossed. We're doing a lot of that today. Is a new World War II movie actually set in the Cloverfield universe? The movie, called Overlord, is about D-Day and follows two paratroopers who get stuck behind enemy lines and find themselves fighting supernatural forces that are part of a Nazi experiment, according to Slash Film. But could it actually be connected to the Cloverfield world? Fans are pointing to the fact that Overlord will be produced by J.J. Abrams and also by Lindsay Weber, who produced last year's 10 Cloverfield Lane. And that movie became the second entry in the Cloververse, a series of kind of loosely connected sci-fi stories. There's also some speculation that Overlord could expand on the origins of Tagrawatu, a Japanese deep-sea drilling company that was a key part of both Cloverfield and 10 Cloverfield Lane. It was established in 1945, the year the Japanese surrendered in World War II. So maybe there's a connection? At any rate, it could be a fun tie-in and a nod to Die Hard fans. Or it could be totally standalone. We'll see. If Mel Gibson doesn't want to direct Suicide Squad 2, I can't believe I just said that, then Warner Brothers already has a replacement lined up. Entertainment journalist Jeff Snyder recently said in an appearance on Meet the Movie Press that the name that I have heard who could be in the mix is Jaume Collet-Serra, the Spanish director who did the remake of House of Wax, the psychological thriller Orphan, and most recently The Shallows starring Blake Lively. Collet-Serra joins a long list of possible directing candidates for the Suicide Squad sequel, including Ruben Fleischer, Daniel Espinosa, and Jonathan Levine, but the conventional wisdom is that if Mel Gibson wants the job, it's his. And really, who wouldn't want that job? I mean, the first one was so well received critically. It did make a lot of money though. One of the hottest new YouTubers, who's also making a lot of money, not even a real person. It's an anime girl, because of course. Yes, the star of the Japanese channel AI Kizuna is like a lot of YouTubers. She talks about video games, pop culture, even draws cats. She's got almost 200,000 subscribers, and some think she was made using Miku Miku Dance. That's a software that also gave us pop sensation Hatsune Miku. Now that she's a YouTube star, hopefully this anime hologram will be able to resist making all kinds of statements about immigration and racial purity, although those really are hot ticket items on YouTube these days. Stephen Hawking says he's going to space. The famed physicist and cosmologist said that he was offered a seat on Virgin Galactic by the business magnate Richard Branson, and he said yes immediately, according to Sky News. No word yet on when the flight might actually happen, but Virgin Galactic has wanted to make space tourism a reality for a while. It ultimately plans to operate a fleet of suborbital planes and has even been taking bookings with tickets going for, get this, $250,000. And you thought regular flights were expensive. But there have been some setbacks. In 2014, Virgin Galactic's Spaceship Two broke into pieces over the Mojave Desert, which isn't a very promising sign. Hopefully it eventually works out though, because if anyone's earned the right to explore space, it's Stephen Hawking, and he said that he was worried that no one would ever take him to space, which is sad, but so hopefully he gets to make it. I think we're all cheering for him on this one. Alright, that's all the news we have for you guys today. Let us know what you think of all today's stories in the comments below. To make sure you get news from every corner of the internet, like this video, and if you're new here, subscribe to The Know. We do this sort of thing a lot. As you saw before the read, Buzzfeed's The Try Guys have a new YouTube Red series called Squad Wars, and they invited James and best girl Elyse from Funhaus to face off against the Dudesons in the local newscast challenge. If you have a YouTube Red account, please check it out and cheer on Team Funhaus. We will include a link in the description and everything to make it easy on you.